Happy Friday, America, and Happy New Year. This is the final Friday, the final episode of the year. 2023 is out of here. 2024 is coming in, but we got business to handle first, of course, as always. You just got done rocking with the Fricashinas. They're always fun. They got some fun shows coming up around here in Denver, Colorado, so be sure to check out some of their music. My name's Kevin Batstone. I'll be emceeing this final episode of the year. Super excited for that. Ready to dive into this and have some fun. Joining me across the table, of course, on the fun seat, is Mr. Arthur. I'm going to run to you, Rawe.
Yes, and we are running at a tremendous speed toward the new year. Thank you so much for sticking with us in 2023. We appreciate all the support, and we're going to keep it going strong in 2024. What we got?
Well, as always, today in history, right? It was the end of the year, of course, on all of these dates in the past times. Let's go, Art. What do we got in history?
We're going way back. I normally don't go this far back. 1539, St. Jacob's Church burns after being hit by lightning. Praise Jesus. I bet you there are some sinners out there and some holy gossip around this back in 1540.
That's a long time ago, my friend.
Yeah.
Things were a lot different back then.
Yeah, real long time ago, so they must have been committing some major sins for that one.
Yeah.
1845, the gas lights were first installed in the White House. And so, I mean, you know, we're going from lightning strikes to gas in buildings. Polk's administration, I meant to look up something admirable or big that they accomplished during that administration. I actually dropped the ball on that.
Still pretty cool, though. They got the gas lights up at the White House before, it became 1846. So that's pretty cool. Taking it up into sports, right up my alley. 1965, CBS purchases the NFL rights from 66 to 68 at $18.8 million per year.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I mean, it just goes to show you the rights that these television companies have to these big sporting events. And this was back in 65.
Yeah, a long time ago. And for still almost 19 mil today, like that's nothing to, like that's a large sum.
It's a lot.
That's crazy. I had to give it up for this tribute. In 1982, the Jamaican Postal Services issued a commemorative?
Commemorative?
I can't say it right now.
Commemorative. Take a shot, everybody.
I can't say it right now. I'm not even going to try again. Postage stamp featuring reggae singer Bob Marley. One love, bless up on that one.
Well, so I know every week on the Today in History, you usually find some sort of nuclear testing at the USSR or what's happening around about. Where was it this time, Art?
Well, I couldn't find a nuclear test, so we came in with the next best thing. In 1997, this was after the USSR, when Russia is now a thing. So Russia signs an agreement to build a $3 billion nuclear power plant in China. So we just had to throw that out there. Today in history, December 29th, a lot of things happen.
A lot of things happen. A lot of things will continue to happen, of course, on this day in history as 2023 winds down. Who knows? Maybe there'll be some commemorative moments that we talk about next year about 2023.
I mean,
on this day in history.
There's going to be something.
There's going to be something. Well, I'll tell you what's about to happen in 2024. For all you Amazon Prime users out there, including myself, you like to stream The Grand Tour. It's my favorite show on there. Clarkson's Farm. Tremendous programs. I got some bad news for you guys. Starting January 29th, Amazon's going to start running ads. That's right. Even if you paid for your Prime for the year, you're going to get ads. Now, here's the deal. You can pay an additional $2.99 per month to have no ads, right?
You're already paying for Prime.
So that equates to another $36 annually if you want to pay for no ads for the years, which if everybody, because there's currently about 200 million Amazon Prime subscribers around the world, Art.
Oh, it sounds like you did some math here.
I did.
Okay.
So if everybody that is subscribed to Prime, which we know this isn't going to happen, were to pay that extra $2.99, it would equate to $598 million per month in additional revenue for Amazon per month.
Damn.
$7.1 billion annually.
And Amazon's already like one of the richest. That's the Jeff Bezos. He is the richest person.
Well, technically Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, but Jeff Bezos is second.
I know they were like going back and forth for a while, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Here's the deal.
They're just honestly just adding extra They don't need to do this. They obviously don't need to.
They don't need to. So their reasoning is, well, because the question is, well, why? Why is Amazon doing that? They're rich. They're crushing it. They said it's to help them film more content, better ultra high definition programs coming. That was their reasoning behind it. But I mean, you look at Netflix, right? They took a price increase. You look at Hulu, they run ads. You got to pay to not have ads on Hulu. I'm not sure what Max does, but I think they're like $15-20 a month. So all these streaming services are relatively competitive on price point. So it's not that uncommon that Amazon would do this. I would have rather them just taken an overall annual price increase, right, than to do an additional $2.99 a month. To me, it just makes more sense to take a price increase like Netflix did, but that's what's going to happen.
It's kind of funny how everyone falls in line in time.
Yep.
Right? Like Netflix in the very beginning, no commercials, streaming. This is how we sell the product. Everyone bought into it, and then eventually they're like, all right, we're going to put ads on.
Yep.
And Amazon was probably sitting here saying, hey, we don't do ads like Netflix does. They're probably saying that for a good amount of time. I don't know. I haven't been active with Amazon Prime's marketing.
Well,
but it's a cash grab. It's a cash grab.
It is, because here's the deal, right? Even if you decide against the $2.99 and you do watch these ads, think about how much the business or the advertiser is paying Amazon to put their brand, their logo, whatever they're promoting on their platform.
Yeah.
So they got money coming in both ways now. They got the advertiser and they got the viewer.
Oh yeah, they're double tapping that.
I mean, it's a brilliant move marketing wise, but a lot of people I think are going to be pissed about this.
Oh yeah, I mean, but people are going to cough it up, and because they want to chill out and hang out and watch their shows on Amazon. That's just how it goes.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do just yet. I haven't quite decided, because I really only watch, like I said, Clarkson's Farm, which we're going to have a season coming, and another Grand Tour. I don't really watch much Amazon outside of that.
So, I mean, once you finish those, just cancel it.
Cancel the $2.99. But see, I wonder if it's going to be an annual deal, and they're just pitching it at $2.99 a month, but it's actually going to be $36 for the year.
Yeah. All I know is when you set up for like your free trials or anything of that nature, set up a calendar reminder as well for when that free trial ends, so they don't just automatically debit your card and keep the membership going.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Regardless of what it is.
I'll literally hit cancel the second I subscribe to something, and it still gives me the trial through the end of the free period. It just won't charge my card on that. So that's actually a good tip and a good piece of advice, Art.
That is.
Help you save a little bit of money. And speaking of money, we got some lottery.
Yeah, from Amazon taking more of our money to a brother sharing his lotto winnings with his family. Actually, his brother. So, cool story here. A man wins 2 $100,000 lottery tickets and gives one to his brother. So, this guy up in North Carolina, he went into the convenience store. He put in his Powerball number, and by mistake, the clerk accidentally printed 2 of these Powerball tickets with identical numbers.
Wow.
So that was a mistake. But, more than one of these tickets can be printed. Like, people nationwide could pick the same numbers, right?
Yeah.
So they printed 2 tickets. He's like, whatever, I'll pay for both. I'll take them. Well, it turns out that the numbers that he selected actually won a $100,000 prize. And so he had 2 tickets that both won $100,000.
That's amazing.
Like, yeah, what good fortune. And quoting this guy, his brother has been there. Whenever he needed, he's been there. He thinks he'd do the same. So he actually gave the other one to his brother.
That's pretty, it's very generous. He could have kept them both for himself.
He could have kept them both.
Maybe throwing his brother like $10K or something. Be like, here you go. Even that still would have been a nice gesture.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. Number one, how difficult it is to hit lottery numbers randomly, let alone picking them yourselves. I don't know what's the better odds, going with the random or the you pick. Either way, it hit. And this was at a BJ's membership club, which I haven't heard that name in a while. We had those growing up in New England. It's definitely kind of an East Coast. It's like a Costco, basically, or a scams club, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool, man.
No, it is cool. There's always lotto news every single time that we look. We don't normally grab it, but this one was cool. Give some selflessness. Hopefully everyone had a great holiday with Christmas and everything, and had some opportunities to be selfless going into the new year. Let's have that as maybe something that's on our forefront. Let's try to give every opportunity that we can, because you don't know what kind of change you can make in someone's life.
Yes, absolutely. And we have some of the results coming after this next article on giving and receiving. More to come on that in a minute. Kev's Random Records. That's right. One of my favorite segments of the week.
What we got this week for
this one was pretty fun, man. I actually had a good time reading this and kind of seeing some of the pictures. So scroll down here on YouTube, click these links so you can put a picture to the face, so to speak. So a Texas man decided to run the Dallas Marathon, right? And this guy worked for the Arlington Renegades, kind of as a ball boy, a little bit of assistant to the team on the XFL side.
Okay.
Which is, kind of another football organization that hasn't done particularly well. So he went full football outfit, cleats, pads.
Cleats must be hard to run on concrete. That
Helmet.
must be difficult.
He had the whole, he was ready to go out and play. He was ready to take the field. And he ran the Dallas Marathon in it to try to break. So the previous record of somebody running a marathon, which was set by an Australian man in 2019, was 3 hours, 33 minutes, 42 seconds, was the time to beat dressed in a football outfit.
Okay.
He did it in 3 hours, 29 minutes, and 30 seconds. So he beat it by about 3.5 minutes on the Dallas Marathon. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
His name is Brian Goldsmith. So shout out Brian Goldsmith.
There was a couple points during that. I mean, 3 hours that's no joke.
It's a long time.
To be jogging, running, whatever, that whole time, that you're going to be in your own head occasionally where it's like, can I?
Yeah.
Can I do this? And he was in this mentality where he's like, I got to keep pushing right now. If I'm going to beat this record. There was at one point he just pushed himself a little bit harder to be able to make it happen. I mean that's kind of cool because he was in his own head at one point.
Absolutely. I think even if I was in full marathon running gear and running shoes and all the gear, I'm not sure if I could do it in under 3.5 hours. A full marathon, if I'm not mistaken, is 26.4 miles. Something like that.
Sure.
I think a full marathon's over 26 miles. Somebody will correct me on that. But the fact remains, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It makes me think of the episode of The Office where Michael Scott's running they do the little Scranton fundraising.
He's all eating Alfredo and shit.
He's
come on, man.
Yeah. What a great scene though.
And then the bloody nipples.
Oh yeah, with the Nard dog.
Yeah, the Nard dog.
Yeah.
Bloody nipples. It makes them hurt just thinking about it.
Yeah, great. Pretty funny stuff. So, once again, congratulations to Brian Goldsmith for setting the bar a little bit higher. This seems like one that's probably, I don't want to say easy to be broken, but I feel like he could return next year and beat his time by a couple minutes.
Yeah, someone could do it.
Yeah, I think so.
It's just you're not going to find too many people that want to put their feet through running in cleats on concrete for 3.5 hours.
That sounds kind of brutal on the ankles and the knees and.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, no thanks.
That would be tough.
I don't think I'd want to do that. But yep, that's Kev's Random Records for the week. So
I like that one.
Check that out. Scroll down, and it's on to one of our favorite segments, the Would You Rather.
Let's go. Would you rather, baby? But of course, everybody is participating. We definitely appreciate that on Twitter and X or in the comments down below here in YouTube. People have been putting in the polls, and so we appreciate that. We had a Christmas poll last week. Kev, what are the results on that? Would you rather?
So this was pretty good. We had really good participation on this, so thanks for everybody that voted over there on Twitter X. That's at Happy Fry USA for the Friday polls. So we did a Christmas theme one last week, and so we did, would you rather give up the Christmas tree and decor, right, or the food and the treats?
Okay.
33% are getting rid of the decor.
Okay.
Which was me. That's what I selected. And only 67% are going to get rid of the food, the treats, the eggnog, and all that. So
only 67.
I thought it was going to be higher.
So 67, the majority
is basically two-thirds majority.
2/3 is going with the decor.
Taking the decor.
They want to keep the decor.
They're foregoing the food and the treats.
Okay, people, yes. So staying strong with the vibes.
Yep. I thought it was going to be closer to 85-90%.
Really?
Keeping the tree and the lights and
really?
stuff. But
dude, the foodies out there.
Look, I like the treats. We had a great Christmas meal and cookies and.
Look.
It's good stuff.
I've been ravenous.
Yes. So this was a two-part Would You Rather.
Yes.
So that was one side of it.
It was.
The other side of the Would You Rather last week was when giving gifts or receiving gifts, what would you rather do, give or receive?
Okay.
This one was a little bit closer. 47% are giving the gifts.
Okay.
And 53% are receiving it. So almost a 50-50 split on that.
Wow.
And I think that's kind of what we predicted it was going to go.
It's going to be pretty close.
It was going to kind of go right down the middle on giving and receiving, and it basically was. 53% majority would rather receive, and 47%, which I think both you and I agreed to give.
To give, yes. So that's pretty cool. I like those results. How close and how much fun. So the Would You Rather for this week, we're staying themed in with the time of the year. So it's going to be New Year's. So we got an obvious one for you. For New Year's Eve, would you rather, and look, I'm in Colorado. We're in Colorado.
Mountain time.
So we're mountain time. We're not East Coast. So we can watch the ball drop early here in Colorado. At 10 p.m. our time, we can watch it drop on East Coast time. So would you rather celebrate the new year going out and about. You're going out wherever, a party, you're going to go out and celebrate. As the clock strikes 12 a.m. or 00 hours, you're out there celebrating with everybody. Would you rather go out and celebrate with everybody, or would you rather stay in, have an easygoing evening at your house, go to sleep before the New Year's even happens, and that's it? Which one are you picking?
Well, I think if you had asked me this question 10 years ago, it'd be pretty obvious that I'd like to be out and about, going to New Year's parties. You know, it's nice because, you know, sometimes New Year's parties, you get to see people maybe you haven't seen all year, and it does bring people together. Typically involves a lot of drinking. You know, people are, you know, one of the biggest drinking holidays of the year, if not the biggest, is New Year's Eve. So a lot of people are drinking champagne and things of that nature. So 10 years ago, I'm taking the partying. As I get older now and as I approach closer to sobriety, I'm staying in, man. And I honestly, the past few years, you know, I've had a couple parties, you know, with our good friend Jamie I've attended. I was still home before midnight that night. The past few years, I've really been staying in more.
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel like I need to go out per se to celebrate. I've said it before. We're just kind of changing the calendar, you know?
That's true.
It's an opportunity to celebrate. I get it. People get excited about it. But on the would you rather, I'm staying in.
Kevin's staying in on this one. See, personally, and I know I have to pick one or other, but I would like to do like a hybrid. Like, I'd like to go out, do some dancing, do some celebrating, and then leave and get home before 12 a.m. So then that way I'm not out with the mayhem.
I mean, that's basically what I was just saying.
But I can't do that.
You got to choose one.
I can't do that. So, you know, I'm going to go with how I want to end the night as well. And that's
being home.
Yeah. Safe, at home. We could still celebrate. Like, I could stay up till 1 a.m., but I'd rather just be at home. I'd rather be at home.
I'd rather be home as well. So
instead of out in the mayhem, dude. I mean, come on. Like, it just gets so crazy out there, and then you got all these drunk people. Everyone's throwing up. You're wearing nice clothes. You got vomit on the floor and stuff. Like, you're skipping around trying to avoid that. Like,
yeah, not good.
People are forgetting their phones. Like, you got to go get it the next day and shit, creating extra errands.
Yeah, that happened to me on my 21st birthday. And, of course, we had a good time at New Year's downtown Denver, 2010 into 11, I think it was.
It was fun.
We got a hotel. We partied up. So, like, we've experienced the New Year's stuff. Now we're old. Yeah. Now I'm staying in. I'm watching the ball drop at home at 10 p.m. and then maybe play a game or two and go to bed.
I'm with you on that, man.
Because I'm going to be working Monday, so.
Yeah, I'm off. So what do you think out there? You going out for New Year's Eve? You staying in? Let us know in the comments below or at the Twitter X account.
That is correct. All right, let's keep it moving into the new year. There's a rollout coming for all you EV fans. That's electric vehicle.
EV, baby.
Yep, Tesla, of course. We just talked about Elon Musk a little bit. The richest man in the world gets richer. So Tesla is going to revamp the Model Y.
Okay.
That was announced earlier this year. Production is getting ready to start probably in March, is looking like, Art. You know, I was kind of keeping an eye on the ticker because I've had Tesla on my stock tracker for a while.
All right.
And I thought when this news came out it was going to drive the stock price. It didn't. It's still trading at about $252 a share.
I saw you looking at that right before we recorded.
Yeah, I wanted to see the share price before I went on. It's about $252 a share right now. So it's not really moving it, you know, as far as the investing side of it goes. But for a lot of folks that love, you know, everyone's getting excited about the Tesla Cybertruck that's coming. Obviously, we know the Tesla Model X is like one of the most sold. But the Model Y is getting a revamp. They want to kind of change the design a little bit. It's getting ready to go into production as we head into 24.
You know, I think the EV movement is cool. I have not owned an electronic vehicle or electric vehicle. I would want a hybrid one where I could use some petrol and also, but Teslas are really cool. Sure, they can be chinky and sometimes the lines are not the best and people say that they're kind of cheaply made or whatever, this and that. But ultimately, you are buying a vehicle that has one of the highest safety ratings. It has a low roll rate because the heavy lithium battery has a low center of gravity on the bottom. So they have some safety things there. And then also the Teslas are really fun and like they have a ridiculous mode. That's from Guardians of the Galaxy or something. Or like so they do all these silly things. Like they're fun vehicles and I think they're kind of fancy looking. So I'm curious to see what it looks like. I've never owned a Tesla, but I've never sat here and really hated on them either, you know?
Well,
so I'm kind of neutral on this one.
I'm not a big EV guy myself. I do think Teslas are cool. You know, I got some friends that own them, and I've seen them. I've ridden in one in an Uber before. Mm-hmm. And one of the biggest takeaways from a Tesla is the acceleration. The 0 to 60 speed. Really, I mean, unless you're going up against, you know, a Hellcat or something of, you know, 700 horsepower V8, it can compete as far as 0 to 60 speed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, V8 horsepower will catch it on the quarter mile. It'll get there, but the acceleration
off the jump
is unreal. It's instant power. I mean, you're there. You're 0 to 60 in 3 seconds on some of these Teslas.
Didn't they do that in like a McLaren? They made like a electric McLaren. It was just fucking awesome.
Yeah, they've made a couple of electric vehicles. Richard Hammond drove one in the Grand Tour and ended up having a horrible wreck in it. So it can happen. But yeah, so Tesla, for all you EV fans, keep an eye on the Model Y. It's getting ready. They're probably going to start running some some preliminary templates.
New year, new look for Tesla.
That's right. They're going to get a facelift. So pretty cool stuff there on the EV side. Keeping it moving. We got, we love our furry friends. We always do stories about our furry friends. What you got, Art?
So this one stood out to me. The title here, Lost Dog Found After 6.5 years on Their Own in the Woods. So it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, we covered here in Colorado, a Bernese Mountain Dog went missing. And it was gone for like 3 months and endured all these snowstorms and stuff. But pales in comparison to this terrier that lived out on its own for half of its entire life. 6.5 years, this dog was out in the woods just living. And look, they did find the dog. The original owners didn't want to keep, their life had changed, so they didn't want to take the animal back in, which personally I thought was lame. But the dog did get adopted within 24 hours after being put up. But I just pictured, and this was in Sussex area,
right?
Yeah, so this was in our
friends across the pond.
Yeah, in the UK area. Right. So I just think about this dog, man.
6.5 years.
6.5 years out there in the woods. I picture this dog just living the best life out there.
Well, basically became a stray again. Or became a stray, I should say, because it was domesticated. I believe her name was Rose.
Yes.
And she was determined to be about 12 years old, at current times once the dog was discovered. So, I mean, basically it spent the back half of its life or towards the end of its life being outdoors and kind of living like a wild animal. So I'm curious to see how the dog reacclimates to the domesticated life again.
Yeah, and if it's all about it, so they baited the dog. This is how they got it. They used a chicken trap.
Okay.
So that's how they actually lured this dog out. And then they didn't know that this dog had been missing for 6 years until after they had already captured it and got it within their possession.
So it was said to be true that it was on its own for 6.5 years. It wasn't like maybe another family took it in and then it ran away again. Or
no,
it was straight up stray for 6.5 years.
Yeah,
that's unreal.
Wild dog went wild out there. So you can survive. The dogs can survive. I picture this dog jumping over a tree stump, chasing a chipmunk or something, and just having the best life out there. That's how I visualize this whole story.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's living kind of how the animal was intended to live. The canine was able to roam free. It was probably chasing squirrels, eating all the things that it could eat, shitting in the woods, doing things that dogs love to do.
Staying healthy out there.
Out there.
It's still alive.
It's still alive.
So it's it had to have been. Good things are happening out in the woods.
Yeah, it was probably eating good stuff. And we learned a couple weeks ago on one of my random records, the dog that lived to be 31 years old, unreal. And it was eating nothing but natural food. So, it just goes to show you they do thrive in a natural environment. So, taking a little bit of a turn here for the holiday season, of course, everyone's been cooped up. It's cold in parts of the country, which means there's a lot of increased coitus, a.k.a. sexual intercourse. And so found an interesting article here that – and this is something that, I think all guys have thought about, but I didn't realize the percentages that we're seeing here. There was a 43% increase. This was a study that was conducted in Germany on 3,421 men. 43% increase in penis fractures during this time of year. And so a penile fracture, I think us guys have all kind of walked that line a little bit. It's basically where you get your erection gets damaged during sexual intercourse. You can hear a crack, a pop, bruising can happen. Doesn't sound fun, guys. So this time of year when everyone's cooped up, we know that there's a lot of baby making happening, a lot of love making is going on, but you got to be careful. There's a lot of bedroom injuries that are occurring.
To keep this as PC as I can, or whatever, PG as I can, I've had some close calls with this. Fortunately, it's never happened to me. But it's definitely alarming, right? You get all, and so for anybody out there that is, encountering more coitus, what I would suggest is you find your distances prior to going all the way.
That's a fair piece of advice. Of course, when
Yeah.
sometimes things get off the rails.
Yes.
Some of the positions can cause some of that sudden movements.
Yes.
There's definitely things that play into it, but just the fact that more of it is happening, of course, the more times you do something, the more
So
risk.
how does one heal a fractured dick?
Well, we'd have to consult some of the doctors on that. I mean, according to what worst case scenario is on this deal is it can affect erections going forward, and then
Forever?
You can end up with that condition where like it gets bent.
The carrot.
Yeah, there's
penis.
a word for that though, and I can't think of it. PD or something.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
I think it's PD.
And I've seen the commercials for it, and it's always during the NASCAR races.
They
Which
talk
really
about
upsets
carrots.
Me. They do talk about the bent carrot, so
Yeah.
that could be one of the outcomes of it, and then painful erections, and
Really?
it can yeah,
For life?
I don't know about for life. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying this is some of the short-term effects that these gentlemen were saying that they experienced after their bedroom injury.
Yep. When emotions and passion runs high, so does risk of injury while doing coitus.
That's correct. So definitely, have your fun, but be safe in more ways than just safe sex.
Yes.
Mind your positions. Don't crack your penis, and have fun, my friends. So, speaking of, well, of course, we're going to move over from Germany over to Austria.
Okay.
Real quick before we go into things to do this weekend. Just got word 2 days ago, RIP to Gadsden Glock. What an absolute legend in the firearms world. Big 2A guys here in America. Yeah, I know you personally own a Glock. I'm a Smith & Wesson guy, but I have so much respect for Glock. I have so much respect for what Gadsden did to the firearms community and this amazing pistol that he built. I mean, it's police issued everywhere, the Glock 19.
Yeah.
So we lost a legend. So I just wanted to give a nod over there to
RIP.
Gadsden Glock. What a solid lad.
A solid HFA RIP and amazing firearms. I bought the 5th gen Glock.
Did you have the 45?
Yeah, Glock 45. It's the 5th gen Glock 45, 9mm. I don't know why they title it that kind of way. Like, you'd think it was a 45 round, but no, it's a 9mm. But either way,
That's just how Glock does
hit
it.
100 yards
amazing
with
pistol.
that pistol. So they definitely hold a special place in my heart, and RIP, and thanks for protecting all those officers out there with that.
Solid lad, RIP Gadsden Glock, tremendous firearms. We love the 2A here in America. So that's it. It's the end of the year. This is the last episode of the year. It's the last Friday of the year. This is the last weekend of the year.
That's crazy.
And I know there's a lot of parties going on out there. We talked about would you rather go out or stay in. But, hey, if you're looking to have some fun, there is some good things going on this weekend. If you're out in San Diego, California, enjoying some nice weather, the Wild Horses Music Festival is going on tomorrow. Let's go out there, enjoy some tunes, hang out on the beach. Should be a fun time.
And I love San Diego so much. New Year's Eve with Marshmello, and that's going to be popping off.
Isn't that he's an EDM guy?
Yeah, he puts like the marshmallow on his face.
Yeah.
He's going to be in Tampa, Florida. That's on the 31st and the 1st, so you can end the new year with that and bring it in with some heavy-hitting music and bass.
We love the tunes. If you're here in Denver, Colorado, Sunday is the Decadence 2023. That's going to be a great lineup. I saw Sophie Tucker was on there. I'll be honest, that was really the only artist I recognize on that list. But, definitely check that out. There's a lot of great musicians there. That's going to be at the Colorado Convention Center, which is a very fun place next to the Belco Theater. Decadence 2023 is going on. And, of course, the Rockin' New Year's Eve with Dick Clark. Ryan Seacrest will be hosting that. That's the ball drop. That's the big program. Jelly Roll is going to be performing there, which I love Jelly Roll, so that's going to be fun. If you're in New York City, go check that out. Times Square, watch the ball drop, man. That's still a bucket list for me. I mean, I don't know if I want to get into all that hoopla, but it would be cool to see the ball drop in Times Square.
It would
live.
be cool to see that live one time. I'll probably be tuning in to that at around 10 p.m. Colorado time at my house. Is probably what I'm going to be doing. But look, we're so grateful for the opportunity to be here to record Happy Friday America. What a year it's been from Happy Friday Denver moving into Happy Friday America. John Ekstrom, we miss you, man, and you brought so much creativity into our lives. And we just are so thankful for all of our subscribers, everybody who supports us and keeps us motivated to keep coming in. Really want to close this year out strong, and I feel like we did just that. So, and you know where you can check us out. So peace out 2023, and we are looking forward to you 2024. Let's go.